I am Major Clydellia Prichard-Allen. I work for the Physical Disabilities Agency, and that's in Arlington, Virginia. I've been here for about 3 months, coming from Afghanistan.
And my name is Major Clydia Prichard-Brown. I'm stationed at the Pentagon, and I work for the G357. I'm the Branch Chief of Training Ammunition for the Army.
We both graduated high school at the age of 16 and started Mercer University in Macon, Georgia. But my mother was a single parent, struggling, so we would come home on the weekends, have jobs. But I had seen a commercial about the Army, paying for education, paying for your future. So I decided to go into the recruiting office and didn't need any encouragement, came in ready to sign on the dotted line.
And I seen my sister go in the military. She enlisted, and then I enlisted a year after her, or about a year and a half. You went to Desert Shield, Desert Storm, I believe. Okay, and so I decided to go in right after her because she was living the good life. She had a great career. She was traveling. I think you were in Saudi Arabia.
I was in Saudi Arabia at the time, exactly. Volunteered to go over to Desert Storm, Desert Shield, and was over there for about 7 months, and was calling back asking, do you need any money? Are you okay? Are you struggling? And she saw that I kind of had, you know, my own paycheck and received my own money, so she said, I want to get a little part of that. As a reservist volunteering to go over, when I came home after the 1-year tour, it was like going back on civilian status. But because I had enjoyed it so much, I said, you know what, I'm going to go in and go active duty.
When I enlisted active duty. So when she came back, I was already gone. We were tag teaming. She would come home and I'd be gone, or I'd come home and she'd be gone. So Mom got a chance to see one of us at one time. But I went active duty, and I enlisted. Since we had 3 years of college, we were PFCs. So we were able to enlist right in as private first classes. So we felt we were doing something at the time, which we did, because we had 3 years of college already. And the military we were gonna find a way for the Army to help us finish our college education. So it's a lot of reasons we all joined the military, but we all joined for that one common goal, to serve our country. And the benefits of being in the military was we were able to finish our school, our education. I filled out my green and gold packet, and then I went to Egypt as an NCO, Sergeant Prichard-Brown. I went to Egypt and then found out while I was in Egypt that I was accepted for the program. Once I was accepted for the program, I was able to come back to Indiana University, Purdue University of Indianapolis. So that was how I decided to go ROTC Green and Gold. Well, of course, the first thing I'm going to do is say, hey, sis, guess what I just did?
And of course, that's one of the things where I stopped and I said, I've been in a little longer than you. However, you're jumping into the officers program. And then when she explained to me about the program, the exact same thought that she had of, let me get this degree taken care of, the initial degree. And so that very next year, she's on her senior year. I think you were senior. And I went and competed, and I was one of 2 females. And I think there were 3 African Americans total in that 21 that had gotten accepted. So it was a competition. The Lord blessed me with getting accepted into it, so I was following her. She followed me into the military. Now I'm following her on the officer side of the house, and sure enough, going through the Green to Gold program. Perfect opportunity for both of us.
I was the first female and first minority cadet battalion commander of my school, none ever in their history.
And I was the first cadet brigade commander of my school, South Carolina State University, so we would hit the first of everything. When I was in Afghanistan, just returning, I was the senior female in my entire brigade of 3,200 soldiers. I was the only African American female in my field grade officer, which is a major or higher in my unit. So it was my responsibility to pull, first of all of the females in from this brigade, to mentor them, to explain to them, hey, this is where you can be. Here's how you do it, how you conduct yourself, how you respond to situations, how you carry yourself in front of others. You know, some things that sometimes, you know, our peers and our juniors don't have that opportunity or never received that from their family members or never had any mentors themselves. So that probably is the biggest thing that is most overwhelming for a lot of people. But for me, it's one that it's a passion of mine. I enjoy seeing others prosper, and if I can in any way give them a tool or something to put in their kit bag to say, wow, I remember when she shared that with me, to make them successful, then that is what my purpose in the military is.
The Army was the way that I accomplished my goals, and are still accomplishing them. We're both up for Lieutenant Colonel this year, God willing. I believe we'll make it. And as a leader, you have to get other leaders to give you guidance. You have to find out, and you pick from good leaders and bad leaders. And we've seen bad leaders, and we've learned from them. Matter of fact, we've probably learned the most important lessons from a bad leader than a good leader, because we learned what we did not want to do, because we saw how it would affect the soldiers. So we're both over 20 years active duty service, and we blinked and we're at 20 years. I swear, it's just like yesterday we put on our first uniform. So it's gone by so fast, and we're still having fun. And I think the biggest joy we have when we come home is when our children look at us and say, Mom, I'm gonna be in the Army, or my son and her son. Yes, we both have 12-year-old sons and 6-year-old daughters. So, yeah, everybody thinks they're the twins, but they're not. We're the twins. And
Wasn't planned.
Wasn't planned at all. But they look at us.
Call each other.
Yeah, no. But they look at us and they say, I want to be just like you. But then our sons will start arguing. No, I want to be in the Air Force. No, I want to be in the Army. No, you know what, babe? You can do whatever you want to do. I'll just tell you, the military is not for everyone. There's that something that, I tell them, it's the grown-up pill you have to swallow. And there are times that you have to sit back and say, can I do this? Because we do sacrifice. We go out and we travel across the world and leave our families. But you know what? The reward we have when we come home, when they look up at us and they say, wow, you did this for your country. And it all started because someone gave you an opportunity. And that opportunity was when we enlisted in the military.